Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to No Filter Gen Z. I'm joined with my co-host Elijah today, and we are young Americans fighting to defend the truth. And we have a lot to discuss with Ukraine, Russia, and the United States today. This is the first time we've been able to come on here and talk about it since the meeting with Trump and Putin, Zelensky and Trump, and all the world leaders sitting around Trump. So there's a lot to talk about, and how the United States might actually help bring peace, and hopefully, fingers crossed, something good will come out of this eventually. Blessed are the peacemakers, the Bible says. So we always encourage peace and definitely celebrate it when it comes. So Elijah, we're going to start with talking about when Trump met with Putin, because we're going to go in order from when the events happened. And the first thing that stuck out to me, I'll just show you a video real quick of something awesome that I saw happen. And this was a sign of America's strength. So just watch this clip. Trump's meeting with Putin in Alaska, and he has stealth bombers fly right over them. You can't get much more American than that.
Honestly, love to see it. I think it really does show the strength of America.
I mean, you have the president of Russia, Putin, in the United States, and as you greet him, you have a stealth bomber fly over his head saying, like, it's like a message saying, like, you know, we could kill you if we wanted to. Like, be careful, you know?
Yeah.
So I think it's just so cool. I love the stealth bombers, and especially since the Iran stuff with B-2 bombers and all that. But what do you think about Trump meeting with Putin in the United States? Because usually it's like a third party place that's kind of neutral, but this time they met in Alaska, in the United States. So what are your thoughts?
I think it just speaks to our power being restored back. Like, we have influence over the world. People want to meet us here. People want to come here and find peace here. And I mean, just in general, like, having Putin here, I remember Trump going to Russia a lot. I mean, at this point, it's just kind of like a mutual respect, almost kind of a thing. Putin coming here.
Yeah, and he actually had Putin said something to Trump after, like, they did a little press thing after their meeting, and this is what he said to Trump, which is pretty bold of him, but we'll see what happens. Just listen to this clip right here. This is Putin asking Trump if he would go to Moscow for their next meeting.
I'd like to thank you very much, and we'll speak to you very soon and probably see you again very soon. Thank you very much, Vladimir.
Next time in Moscow.
Oh, that's an interesting one. I don't know. I'll get a little heat on that one, but I could see it possibly happening. Thank you very much.
He said, I could see it possibly happening. But the thing is, Trump is a strategic guy, right? He's a negotiator. He's a very smart he takes the steps he's 10 steps ahead of most people when there's issues like this. But I think it would be such a good, like, image, a good, like, look for the United States to see how strong he is to go to Russia when most people don't do that.
Yeah. And I think it would speak to how brave he is as well, because, I mean, it takes guts going to a place where odds are you're not very well liked.
Yeah.
I mean, America's been a joke for a while, but also, I mean, Putin was very adamant that he didn't want Trump back in power because of how powerful he was, because of how strict he was. And so having the boldness to meet there would speak volumes about him, I would think.
Yeah, for sure. And during the meeting, they discussed, like, a potential peace agreement, which was, you know, waiting for the other side to agree as well. But they, like, started the conversations, which is a good step, because having Putin directly involved with Trump talking about those things is the best way to start an agreement. Because you put Zelensky and Putin somewhere, I don't think it's going to get very far without a third party that's strong in the world interface. Because the United States, most powerful country in the world, right? They have so much power, and for us to be the one that gets involved as the third party is actually a good look for the whole world, because it's like, after so much division, even in the United States, it's one thing that we can all agree is a good thing for the country. And even if liberals go out and say like Trump's doing evil things, if he's the one that ends up bringing a peace agreement to a war, they can't say anything. You know, there's nothing else to say if he is the one that ends up doing that.
Yeah, totally agree. I mean, I feel like they've always been so contradictory because they were always like, "Oh, Trump is this, Trump is that, he's a warmonger, he's this," and then he makes the peace deal and they shut up. And then when you bring it up, they're like, "Oh no, well this and this and this." I was like, and it's just like, why? Why can't you just give him credit? He's your president too. Why can't you admit that America's doing something good for the world, not just for America?
They don't want America to succeed because it's Trump. No matter, even if it's a good thing for America and for the world, it's bad because it's Trump.
Yep.
They just keep it's kind of like sad because that's our, regardless of what you think about them, that's our president that's leading the entire country. So we should want him to succeed even if it's the person we don't like, because the things they're doing are more important than who it is.
Yeah, exactly. And if Biden did something good, I'd give credit where credit was due, but I didn't really see any of that. But if he did something good, I would have been like, heck yeah, we're America. We did that.
Yeah, and the thing is, he wasn't really the actual spokesperson. Like, I feel like there was someone making a bunch of the decisions, so we never actually got to give him any credit because he wasn't really there for a lot of it. So that's hard to, it's hard to say that, but definitely, I mean, Trump's track record of peace has already been, even this term, he's already brought in like so many agreements to other countries. Like in Africa, he did one, and I can't remember the exact countries. Oh, Cambodia and Thailand, he helped make a trade deal to leverage to end a military conflict. Like, there's so many things he's been doing that people, Democratic Republic of Congo, like stuff like that people don't see because it's Trump, so they're going to hide it. Like, the media will not talk about things that are good because it's him.
Yep, exactly. And this is where America is hitting the fan because we don't have anything to be proud of anymore. Either one side is pissed off or the other side is pissed off.
Mm-hmm.
And we gotta be able to at some point say, okay, he's flawed in this way, in that way, but he's making America safe.
Mm-hmm.
He's bringing peace to the rest of the world. He's bringing the economy back to where it would be. And I mean, he's keeping our rights preserved and safe. Yeah. We're no longer in a threat of losing specific rights.
Like, I get it if it's a certain issue, like, say, abortion, where there's such a split in opinion.
Yeah.
But with other issues, like our safety, we gotta at some point come to the same table and eat together and say, this is a good thing for both of us.
Exactly.
They can't give them that.
I would just like to say, I mean, we got quite a few liberal or Democratic viewers.
Oh,
and
yeah,
I would
in
just
the comments.
like to say, I actually do appreciate your comments because first off, it fuels me, but second off, I like to see the other side, the viewpoints you have, and I respect your viewpoints. As long as you're not personally attacking me, which then again, I still genuinely could care less or couldn't care less. But when you say, like, when you give a stat in a comment, I genuinely take that to heart. I do the research and I'm like, oh, maybe he's got a point.
Yeah.
Or, like, I don't hate you guys. I actually do appreciate you as an American, and I hope you can do the same for me.
And we'd love to get one of you on the show. Like, that's the thing. Yeah. If we could get a liberal on the show that's in our comments to talk, then we can start, because you're never going to get anywhere if you can't even talk to each other. Like, a lot of America right now, it's so polarized. People are so, like, filled with hate and anger that they can't even talk to each other. And that's a big problem because you can't progress, even if it's something you disagree on, without talking first. Like, you got to be able to talk even when you disagree. That's the most important time when you should be able to talk,
You go anywhere else in the world, I mean, like, look at Germany, for instance. There's still some Nazis there, and you'll go to the bars. I actually had a teacher who told me about this in middle school, I believe it was. He said he went to a bar, and next to him, there was a Jewish person and a Nazi sitting together cheering on the same soccer team.
Wow.
And they hugged each other when they scored and this whole thing. You will never see that here.
Wow.
If a Nazi and a Jew can do that, why can't we?
And we disagree over like a color and like we disagree over the dumbest things, but they can talk,
Oh, man.
but we
Yeah.
can't. Wow.
Exactly.
We have a lot of work to do. And you know what I don't like though is when one side will like even start burning American flags and hating American flags. Because if you're American, regardless if you're Democrat or Republican, you're an American, and so we should be celebrating and encouraging our country to get better, not tearing it down. It doesn't matter which side you're on.
That's the big thing. I think that's one of the most important things that we need to go back to is just being Americans.
Yeah.
Not a Republican American or a Democrat American, but American.
You remember after 9/11, like we were young and I wasn't even born yet, but in 9/11, after that, the country was so united because something happened to the country, not a certain party, not a certain demographic. Something happened to the United States, and that was like the most united we ever were because people that looked different, thought different, came together and still agreed that this is our country. We're going to defend our country.
Yeah, exactly. And if we can get back to that point, I think we will flourish. I think we will. You'll see progress like you've never seen before. And maybe not in the ways you would think, but still that would benefit both parties.
Do you think it will ever go back? Like, you know how we're just getting more and more divisive. Do you think it will go back, or do you think it will take a big event happening? Like, I hate to say that, but like, I wonder if we can get there without something that forces us to.
I think it's possible, but it takes action from, I'm not going to call out Democrats, don't worry. I think it requires action from both sides.
Yeah.
I think there are people on both sides who are very already tolerable people who will listen to both sides, but there are some people who are just so far on both sides, far right and far left, that just need to take a step down for a little bit and just see the other side for what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And that we have a solution. We both have this, like the same outcome that we want, but we have different solutions on how to get there and different ways of getting there. And obviously there's only one truth. I'm not going to say 100% of the time what I think is true because I'm flawed, I'm human, but I do think for the most part, I mean, I have Christian morals. I believe God is who sets the morality and what is right and what is good. And so I believe whatever the Bible says is what is good. I mean, and if you disagree with that, that's totally fine. Let's talk about it. Let's come to some sort of agreement at the very least.
Yeah, I think the biggest problem and like the creation of the problems comes from differing worldviews. Like if someone's an atheist and has a completely different worldview, everything is different than us in that way. So it's kind of hard. I mean, I'm gonna say it's not easy when you disagree with that with like every single thing with someone. But I think that's what causes a lot of the problems is like such a differing worldview that you can't even hear each other out sometimes. Like that's what it feels like.
Yeah. And you really got to, I think, because like I do have friends who are liberal and I have friends who are, in the middle as well.
Yeah.
I have a lot of friends. I'm from Buffalo, New York. So
yeah.
I've got some friends. But we've never gotten to the point where our friendship is in jeopardy because of what I think or what they think. Never would that ever happen because I care about them too much to let a political issue or even a moral issue at that point get in the way because I still think they're human. Their life is just as valuable as mine. And I mean, I really do value our friendship. We have really good memories. We still will and continue to. And I mean, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. So let's get back into the next Ukraine and Russia thing that happened. We'll just continue in the chain of events. Next thing, Trump meets with Zelensky. So he meets with Putin, then meets with Zelensky. And look at this. So this was the first time. This was the first time when he didn't wear much. And then second time comes around, and I'll have to find the video, but he actually had like a suit on. I posted it on our No Filters page. Like I was like, is that a suit? Because he actually dressed up for the occasion, which is a difference from last time. Why do you think he did that? Do you think he's trying to show that he's serious now?
Yeah, I think he realizes now that he is a joke. Because I'm sorry, I cannot respect that as first off, your countrymen are fighting a war and you're on vacation. You come
Mm,
here and you are in a nonchalant, just not even a suit, and you expect to have a serious conversation with the most powerful people on the planet. Um, it's not gonna go well for you. It's
yeah.
kind of a joke.
And then this time around, he comes in an actual suit. And so I think that's him saying, all right, we got to do something serious. Or maybe Trump told him. I don't know how, we don't know what goes on behind the scenes. Maybe he's like, if you're going to come meet with me, you're going to dress up for the occasion because this is important. But we'll see. I don't know what happens. But let's take a look at this clip about what they talked about last time.
Thank you very much for being here.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. If I can, first of all, thank you for invitation and thank you very much for your efforts, personal efforts to stop killings and stop this war. Thank you. And using this opportunity, many thanks to your wife, First Lady of the United States.
What I'll say is a lot more respectful from both sides this time. Remember last time that they got into this like heated little debate and discussion with emotions. This time it's just them, no JD Vance this time, just them two, and it seems a lot more controlled and respectful than last time we saw them meet.
Yeah, he's definitely learned his lesson. A
I
lot
mean,
more
I think the
respectful.
suit has a lot to do with it, honestly.
Yeah.
You want to show
Well, I mean,
respect.
yeah, and Trump's a businessman. I mean, the guy grew up wearing suits.
Yeah.
So, and understood the importance of dressing for the occasion. And seeing someone not do that, I'm sure he's a pretty blunt guy.
Yeah, but I
He'll
mean, you're
call him
coming
out.
to our country. You should dress nice, you know?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's just out of respect for who
Yes.
you're going to meet.
If Trump wore a T-shirt to another country, you know what the media would do? Oh my gosh! If he just wore a T-shirt, Donald Trump, President of the United States, to another country, the media would go insane.
Well, I mean, just for wearing a blue suit, I mean,
Well,
they
they'll
freaked
find it
out about
even,
that.
yeah, no matter what it is. But you know, so then this is the coolest picture of the. Actually, I think it's one of the coolest pictures I've ever seen. This is what happened in the Oval Office. All the countries, all the world leaders around Trump. And after so much passed from like what people are saying about Trump, what the media says about Trump, and all these things, to get to a point where we have every world leader around his desk is awesome. I'm just gonna say it's awesome, and it shows a lot about where we are now. That we can, they're even coming to talk. You know, some of them completely disagree with Trump on most things, but they're coming to the table and talking to him, and it's just a powerful photo.
And I mean, where did you see this during the Biden administration?
Mm,
Like, where did you see this unity? I mean,
yeah,
you didn't, because there wasn't unity. There was dysfunction,
but isn't
and
Trump
now
the
it's
one that's going to
slowly
bring
restoring.
World War III? That's what
Yeah,
people
I
said,
thought.
and
I
then we
thought that
get
was pretty
here,
cool. Yeah, I
and
mean,
you notice there's no Canada though.
yeah, yeah. Go figure. They're not very happy with us with our
Uh-uh.
51st state joke. I
I think
think
it's
they
just,
took it to heart.
yeah, probably took that a little too seriously. But I do like that Trump's actually gathering everybody, that even the people he disagrees with, to make a solution to try to end this thing. He said in an interview, he said, I just want the killing to stop. That's what he said. And I think he's serious about it. Like, look at this. And I think I even saw a clip of him saying he wants to get to heaven. So he wants to do something to get to heaven. We're Christians, so we know the truth about uh, how you get to heaven, right? So what would you say to Trump right now? Because by the way,
Well,
faith without works is dead. It's a great sign of him wanting to do good. But what would you say to him right now?
I would say, well, works don't get you to heaven. Faith does. And I mean, what you're doing right now shows your faith. Now, how do you feel inward? What is your faith inwardly?
Mm,
That's what really matters now. You're proving it, you're showing it outwardly, but what is it inwardly? I mean, if you're that worried and you think good works get you there, then you're a Catholic, not a Christian. I
Mm.
think there's a difference personally. I at least, well, I will say certain Catholics do believe that you have to believe in Jesus to get to heaven, but there's a certain sect that believes otherwise, and faith or works get you there, and that would be the kind of Catholic you are at that point.
Mm.
But I would say read the Bible, figure that out for yourself. It's there.
Yeah. And he said the name Jesus before, so he knows about Jesus. I would say just how
Yeah.
reflect on your personal relationship. Do you have one with Jesus, or is it just about what you're doing to try to get there, or is it about what he did?
Yeah.
Because that's over. Like, if we really think about it, that's what gets us to heaven is what he did, not what we do. But your works show that you have a faith, we just talked about. So I would, look inward. Good advice. But where do you think this Trump, Zelensky, Putin whole thing goes from here? Because now he's met with each one. He's met with all the world leaders. Do you think we're actually going to get to an agreement or a peace deal?
I'm going to be very honest here. I think we will temporarily, but I think Russia really, really, really wants Ukraine, mostly for their wheat and their oil and all that kind of stuff. But I think we might come to an agreement temporarily, and then once Trump leaves or when something else happens, push comes to shove, now they want it back again, and then it's just going to start all over again. You need to figure something a little more permanent out.
And
just
that's where
peace.
I'll give Trump credit there, because he said he doesn't want a ceasefire deal because he knows they'll be broken. He wants a peace deal that shows like you can't do anything. But you're right. What happens when Trump leaves office? Who comes in next? And how do the other countries handle that? Because I know that China is waiting for Trump to leave office to invade Taiwan.
Yep.
I'm telling you, once it depends on who comes next. But they're really, they know Trump's not gonna let them do that. They know he's strict on it. So of course they're not when he's here. But that's the thing. You don't know who's next.
Yeah, and you think the CCP is just going to take that disrespect Taiwan has been showing for years and just push it aside like nothing happened? You see what they do to their own citizens when their own citizens criticize them? They kill them. They put them into labor camps. I mean, it's not going to be a permanent thing, I don't think, personally. It's just not realistic. If you think it's permanent, then you're living in your own fantasy land. This is the world. It's a broken world.
Yeah.
Which is very unfortunate, but you just need to find permanent solutions to these problems, not just ceasefires. I don't even think just a peace deal will fix it, to be honest. There are grudges that are being held, and that needs to be remedied.
I think it comes back to what I said at the beginning. Blessed are the peacemakers. You know, if you're trying to make peace, you're on the right track. And even if it's temporary, that's better than no peace at all. So I will say, I'm glad that all of them are involved now. I don't even care if it's a country that we don't like or that is like not super close to the United States. Because if you're involved with trying to make peace, then I'm all for it. I don't care who it is. So blessed are the peacemakers. We'll see what happens next, but we'll keep everyone updated and let us know your thoughts in the comments, guys. If you think this is going to go anywhere, or if you think this is going to just keep on happening with Ukraine and Russia. Do you think that they're going to keep on pushing? Because Russia is very stern, like you said, so we'll see. But that's it for this one. We'll see you guys next time on No Filter. Click that subscribe button to get the whole thing, the whole channel. You want to be involved? Comment so we can talk to you like we mentioned. We'll have people on if you're willing, because we want guests that don't always agree with us. That would be good to get on here. So do all those things. Click the bell, by the way. I don't usually say that, but click the bell so you get notified when we upload. So you get the notification when we make a video so you never miss one. All right, guys. See you next time. See you, Elijah.
See you. Peace.